Hello everyone, my name's Elspeth, you're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon. Today we are opening up a booster box of the Brothers War. It's a box of set boosters. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? Now, in these packs, and I believe also in the collector's boxes as well, you have the opportunity to open up Transformer cards. Yes, not Transform as in the mechanic, but Transformers as in the Transformers, the great 80s cartoon. I'm chasing for a Starscream from my Chase of Commander deck. Hopefully I get one, but if I don't, I'll find a way to get my hands on one. Got some great artwork of Urza and Mishra, our two brothers, and our boxes, packs. Alright. As always, our wonderful art cards. Basic land, bunch of commons, some uncommons. Oh, we got our first Transformers card. It's Prowl Stoic Strategist. So for 3 and a white, you get a legendary artifact creature robot. It's a 3/3. Has more than meets the eye. You may cast it, this card converted for 2 and a white. When it attacks, exile up to one other target tapped creature or vehicle. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. Whenever a player plays a card exiled with Prowl, you draw a card and you convert Prowl, and Prowl then becomes Prowl Pursuit Vehicle. It's a 2/3 living metal, so as long as it's my turn, the vehicle's also a creature, and when it enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1/+1 counter on Prowl. If it's the second time this ability has resolved this turn, convert Prowl, so it just goes back and forth and gets progressively bigger. We have an Ica Wellspring from the old border, and our first rare is a Gix's Command. So for 3 and 2 black, you get a sorcery. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to one target creature. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, and each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power among creatures they control. With a foil Tomical Scrapsmith and a little game of Urza's Blueprints. Whoops. Alright, we'll start with that. I mean, not bad, a very first one right there. We have, Fauna Shaman. Basic. Skip through these commons. And the uncommons. We have a Swiftfoot Boots from the old border. Sigil of Valor as well from the old border. And our rare is Hercule Master Wizard. For 1 and 2 blue, you get a legendary creature, Human Wizard Advisor. It's a 2/4. At the beginning of your end step, if you cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We have a foil retrieval agent and a Mishra's Manufactory game. Alright, next one up. We have our art card, which is Take Flight, Full Art Land. Good to see go for the throwback, and Obstinate Baloth. We have a Soul Guide Lantern in our old border, and we have our rare, which is Mishra's Foundry. It's a land, tap to add colors, 2 to make it a 2/2 assembly worker. It's a land, and 1 in tap, target attacking assembly worker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Shame you can't sort of combo it like you used to be able to in the old days. Foil Power Stone Fracture, and hey, we got our card from the list, which is Cast Down from Original Dominaria. Next one up. We have the Baby Urza, the Fallout Mountain. Skip through these. We have Ashnod's Altar in the old border frame. We have Mishra's Command, so for X and a red, you get a sorcery, choose 2. Choose target player, they may discard up to X cards, then they draw a card for each card discarded this way. The spell deals X damage to target creature, it deals X damage to target planeswalker, target creature gets +X/+0 and haste until end of turn. We have, a foil Perennial Behemoth. For 5 mana, it's a creature artifact war. It's a 2/7. You may play lands from your graveyard. You can unearth for 2 green. And our token, which I'll just chunk up there. You know what? Alternatively, chunk it right there. Perfect. Next on up. Now, our card, it's Thran Spider. Forest. Some uncommons. Oh, we got a a schematic version of Ornithopter. Our rare, which I believe I stuffed this up already. That was meant to be there. I just saw that now. Our rare is Blast Zone. So it's a land. It enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Tap to add colors. For 2x, put X charge counters on Blast Zone. And for 3 and tap, sacrifice the Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. We have also a foil Obstinate Baylock and a soldier token. Next on up. We have our lovely plains. And, foil just regular old plains there. Our commons. Some uncommons. We have a Jalem Tome in the old border. We have our first mythic, it's Draconic Destiny. So for 1 and 2 rare, you get Enchantment Aura, enchant a creature. It gets +1/+1 and has flying, haste, and 1. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a dragon addition to its other types, and when the enchanted creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. And a foil Repair and Recharge, which if that doesn't sound like something from Transformers, I don't know what does. Alright, our card. Oh, it's Ashnod's Altar in the Phyrexian, so the schematic artwork. Island. Ooh, we've got an extended art, Urza, Prince of Krug. So for 2 white and a blue, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer. It's a 2/3. Artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. 6, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature token in addition to its other types. We have a Foundry Inspector and a Gwenna Eyes of Gaia. I believe this is from the Commander deck? Or it might not be. No, I don't think it is. So 2 and a green for legendary creature Elf Druid Scout. It's a 2/3. Tap to add 2 mana in any combination of colours. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creature or creature cards. Whenever you cast a creature spell power 5 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Gwenna and untap it. We have a Scrapwork Cohort and a Golem. Next one up. We have Mystic Forge in the schematic artwork, and I keep putting that there. Full Art Plains. We have schematic artwork, Unwinding Clock, and Titania's Command, not Gaia's Command. So for 4 and 2 green, you get a sorcery. Choose 2. Exile target player's graveyard. You gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. Search your library for up to 2 target lands, then put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Create 2 2/2 green bear tokens, and then put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Foil Mishra's Domination, and a Wall of Denial from the list. Next one up. We have a Kingstone from the schematic artwork as the art card. Our commons, uncommons, Precursor Golem. Actually, you played with this in draft. So for 5 mana, I won't bother reading it, but I've got one of those. Ivory Tower. And we have Tarnos the Toymaker. So for 3 green and blue, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer. It's a 3/5. Whenever you cast a beast or bird creature spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact in addition to its other types. And a foil Diabolic Intent. So for 1 and a black, you get a sorcery. As an additional cost, To cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a card, and put that card into your hand and shuffle. Got the soldier. Next one up. Our art card is Defabricate. Planes. Our uncommons. Our rare is Geology Enthusiast. So for 3 and 2 blue, you get a creature, human artificer. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped Power Stone token. 6, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on the Enthusiast. Well of Lost Dreams as our old border. We have the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. So for 3 mana, you get an artifact creature Phyrexian Dragon. So 2/2 with double strike. When it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. You can unearth it for 3 and 2 red. We have a foil Urza Power Stone Prodigy and a Hercule's Recall from the list. I kind of wish, especially more because Hercule's Recall is an older card, that they did with the old art, but hey, what are you going to do? I do like this artwork though, not saying I don't like this art. Razorlash Transmogrant as our art card. Foil Plains. Skip through all these. Our rare is The Brothers' War. And roll credits, as they would say. For 3 and a red, you get a Enchantment Saga. For the first chapter, you create 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. Second chapter, choose 2 target players until your next turn. Each creature they control attack the other chosen player each combat if able. And it deals X damage to any target and X damage to any other target, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Got a Burnished Heart. Oh, we got a Blade Coil Serpent. So X and 6, you get a creature serpent. It's a 5/4. When it enters the battlefield, for each 2 blue you spend to cast it, you draw a card. For each double black you spend to cast it, each opponent discards a card. And for each double red, it gets +1/+0 and trample and haste until end of turn. And a foil Desynchronize and a Punch Out token. Next in. Alright, we have a signed Mishra Lost to Phyrexia. Signed. A foil Full Out Swamp. Commons, uncommons. We have a Foundry Inspector. We have a Surge Engine. So 2 mana for an artifact creature 3/2 construct. It has Defender. Single blue, it loses Defender and gains this creature can't be blocked. For 2 and a blue, it becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4. Activate only if Surge Engine doesn't have Defender. And for 4 and 2 blue, draw 3 cards. Activate only if the Surge Engine is blue and only once. We have a foil Blanchwood Armor and a Construct. Or a Construct in this case. Our art card, it's a signed Urza Silex. That's 2 signed art cards in a row right there. Foil Full Art Plains. Millstone in the old border. We have a Scatterbeam Battalion. We're hitting all the rare artifacts here. So 9 mana for artifact creature construct. It's a 4/4 with trample and haste. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it, or you could prototype it for 3 and 2 red. Foil Conscripted Infantry right there, and a Power Stone token. Next pack. Alright, our art card. It's the Schematic Wormcoil Engine. Let's get through all these. Boring. Door to Nothingness. I actually lost to this at during pre-release, which is a good way. Platinum Angels. That's 2 really good old border artifacts there. And we have a Fauna Shaman. So for 1 and a green, you get a creature Elf Shaman. It's a 2/2. Green and tap, discard a creature card. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. And then a foil Queen Caleb Bin Krug. For some reason I kept calling it Caleb Bing, because for some reason, Friends references live in my head constantly. So for 1 white and a red, get a legendary creature, human or noble, to 2/3. 4 and tap, discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. You may choose an artifact or creature card with mana value 1, discard this way. You do the same for mana values 2 and 3. Return those cards to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. And another Power Stone. Next one up. Our art card is a Steel Seraph. All their commons, some uncommons. We have a Quicksilver Amulet in the wall border. Same with Journeyer's Kite. And we have a Painful Quandary. So for 3 and 2 black in enchantment, whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Scatter Ray as our foil, and a Power Stone token. I still can't believe I managed to get 2 of those in the same pack. In Two-Headed Giant. You bet I jammed both of them in there. We have, as our art card, Power Stone Engineer. Sign, that's 3 signed cards. I think it's a little bit over the average. Full Art Island. Oh, we have an Urza's Workshop from this is actually from the Commander deck. It's a land, it's an Urza's. Tap to add colours, and Metalcraft, tap to add colours for each Urza's land you control. Activate only if you control 3 or more artifacts. We have a Sculpting Steel as well, and the Stone Brain. So for 2 mana, it's a legendary artifact. 2 and tap, exile the Stone Brain. Choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name, and exile them. That player shuffles and draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Activate owned as a sorcery. And a foil Rust Goliath. Next one up. We've got Gwen in the Eyes of Gaia as our art card, a Full Art Forest. Self-Assembler in the Old Border. Ornithopter in the Old Border. Tosca's Welcome, so for 2 and a white, you get an enchantment. Whenever 1 or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Foil Thopter Architect, and a Soldier. Next one up. We have Mishra the Eminent One as our art card. Plains. Uncommons. Ooh, we hit a Mox Amber in the Old Border. That's a nice hit right there. We have a Bone Saw. And we have Felden Ronim Excavator. So for 1 and a red, you get a legendary creature, Human Artificer with haste. It can't block. Whenever it's dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them until end of your next turn. You may play that card. We have a foil Heavyweight Demolisher. And an Order of Yawgmoth. I don't recognise that set symbol immediately. But it's from the list. 2 and 2 black. Your creature Zombie Knight with Fear. When Order of Yawgmoth deals the damage to a player, that player discards a card. Might have been renamed Had Phyrexian Zombie Knight. I might be wrong though. Alright. Staff Domination in the schematic artwork. Oh, we got another Transformer card. This time it's Blaster Combat DJ. So for 3 red and green, you get a legendary artifact creature robot. It's a 3/3. It has more eye for 1 and red and green. Other non-token artifact creatures and vehicles you control have modular 1. When you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on Blaster, you convert it. It converts into Blaster Morale Booster. It has modular 3. X tap move X +1/+1 counters from Blaster onto another target artifact. It gains haste until end of turn. If it has no +1/+1 counters on it, convert it, activate only as a sorcery. But the reason why I sort of did a bit of a shifty is because we got a Wormcoil Engine in the Old Border. It'll go really nice with the other one. And the hits apparently keep on coming with Titania Voice of Gaia. So for 1 and 2 green, you get a legendary creature, 3 elemental, it's a 3/4 with reach. Whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more land cards in your graveyard, you own and control both Titania, Voice of Gaia, and a land named Argoth, Sanctum of Nature, exile them and meld them into Titania, Gaia Incarnate. Foil Recommission, and look at us, we're R&D as our another game. Next one up. Now, art card is a lovely mountain. Speaking of another lovely mountain. Well, we got another... This is our third Transformer. This is Flame War Brash Veteran. 1 black and red. It's a legendary artifact creature robot with more than meets the eye. It's a 3/2. Sacrifice another artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Flame War and convert it. Activate it as a sorcery. 1 and discard your hand. Put all exiled cards you own with intel counters on them into your hand. Where it transforms into Flame War Streetwise Operative. It's a 2/1 with Living Metal with Menace and Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile that many cards from the top of your library face down, put an intel counter on each of them, and convert Flame War. Got a Pristine Talisman in the old border. Temporal Anchor. So for 3 and triple blue, you get a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 2. Whenever you choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of your library. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with the Temporal Anchor. I have a Fulagi Dragon Engine and Sasuke Summon. So for 2 and a green, you get a sorcery. Put 2 1/1 green snake creature tokens into play. Whenever a non-token snake comes into play under your control, you may return Sasuke Summons from your graveyard to your hand. That's my 4th list card. Something like that. Now, art card. Oh, it's Maze Mind Tome in the schematic. I didn't know that was one of the ones on the list. Full Art Forest. Still, sometimes Magic finds ways to surprise me. Ooh, we have a Cage Sun. We have a Battlefield Forge, so it's the red-white Painland. Tap to add colours, or tap to add red or white, it deals 1 damage to me. And we have Audacity, so single green enchant creature gets +2/+0 and trample. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. And we have Novice Knight as well from the list. Alright, next one up. Alright, our art card. Psychosis Crawler. I'd recognise that artwork anywhere. Commons, uncommons. Oh, we've got Lodestone Golem in the schematic artwork. Liquid Metal Coating as well in the schematic artwork. Let's keep it going. We have Kayla's Command. So for 1 and 2 white, get a sorcery. Choose 2. Create a 2/2 colors construct artifact creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control against double strike. Search your library for basic planes. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. And you gain life and scry 2. We have a foil Hoarding Recluse and another punchable token. Next one up. Our art card is Titania's Command. And a swamp. Uncommons, Springleaf Drum, Razor Lash Transmogrant. So 2 mana artifact creature zombie. It's a 3/1. It can't block, and for 4 and 2 black, you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. It costs 4 less to activate if an opponent controls at least 4 or more non-basic lands. And a Dwarven Forge Chanter and another punchable token. Next in. Our art card is Inspiring Statuary in the schematics. Uncommons. Sigil of Valor, also in schematic artwork. Ica Wellspring in schematic. Mechanized Warfare, so for 1 and 2 red, you get an enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. and a foil excavation explosion, and a golem. Alright, we're nearing the bottom of the barrel. We have a Ruscalith in a forest. Uncommons. Chromatic Star. Gataxian Puppeteer, so for 3 and a black, hit a creature Phyrexian Warlock, it's a 4/3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. When it dies, return another target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. We have a Calamity's Wake in foil and a flip token. Next one up. Alright, so we have Precursor Golem. That schematic actually looks pretty cool. Forest. Uncommons. We got another one. It's Blitzwing Cruel Tormentor. So for 5 and a black, hit a legendary artifact creature robot. It's a 6/5. Has more than meets the eye. And at the beginning of your end step, target opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. If no life was lost this way, convert Blitzwing. Blitzwing then transforms into Blitzwing Adaptive Assailant. It's a 3/5 with living metal. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose flying or indestructible at random. Blitzwing gains that ability until end of turn. When it deals combat damage to a player, you convert it. We also have a Cloud Key in the old border. Teething Wormlet, so for 1 green you get a creature worm. It has death touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. If this is the first time it would resolve this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Wormlet. We have a Whirling Strike and a Remorseless Punishment. I think I tried to play this a long time ago. So 3 and 2 black. Target opponent loses 5 life unless that player discards 2 cards or sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Repeat this process once. Next on up. Alright, so we've got Depth Charge Colossus as our art card, a Foily Forest. Self-Assembler in the schematic artwork, Liquid Metal Coating, also in the old border. Visions of Phyrexia. 2 and 2 red enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play a card from exile this turn, create a tapped Power Stone token. And an Overwhelming Remorse, and a Power Stone token. Alright, next one up. Skitterbeam Battalion. Pretty planes. Mishra's Bauble in the old border. Over the top, so for 5 and 2 red, it's a sorcery. Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Put all permanent cards revealed this way onto the battlefield and put the rest into the graveyard. And a Taonis' Tinkering and a Power Stone. Alright, second last pack. Now, art card is Kaya Bean. I'm sorry, I can't not do the Friends joke. Oh, we got Sword of the Meek in the schematic artwork. Chromatic Star. Liberator, Urza's Battle Thopter. So for 3 mana, you get a legendary artifact creature Thopter. It's a 1/2 with flash and flying. They cast color spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Urza's Liberator, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator. Battlefront Butcher. And a Soldier. Alright, last pack. Let's hopefully bring it home. Please, if we bring it home with the Starscream, I'm gonna laugh. We have Mox Amber in the schematic artwork. Forest. Commons and uncommons. Joel and Tomb. Oh, we have Ashnod Flesh Merchant. So for single black, it's a legendary creature, human artificer. It's a 1 with Death Touch. When she attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a tapped Power Stone token. 5, create a exile creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped 3/3 colors zombie artifact creature token. We have Veteran's Powerblade. And from the list again, Wizard's Retort. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Actually, before we go, I have yet another pre-release code. So if you didn't get a chance to attend pre-release, here's an extra code that I have. For those who are having a hard time to read it, it's 84859 26C71 D2 D12 D64EC. Anyway, guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. Let people know that I exist and that I'm making content. You can follow me on Twitter, links are down below, and you can follow on the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.